One of the most helpful things that was shared with me by a midwife as I became a new mother was the concept of the fourth trimester. This is absolutely my favorite concept and thing you can do in those first 3 months, even 6 months, even a year with your little baby, is just think of this little baby. They have been in your womb for 9 months where everything that they possibly could want, they're given without any need to ask, to seek. And all of a sudden they're born into a very noisy, bright, chaotic in some ways, depending on where they were born, world. And they are tiny, vulnerable. They're hardly even opening their eyes. And they can't even see very well for quite a while. These little people need our absolute love, care, and attention. They need protection. They need to feel safe. These are your most important roles in these early weeks and months. And I really urge you to keep that in mind no matter what happens. Even if you're being woken up for the 12th time in one night, even if you are beyond exhausted, as most mothers know very well that feeling, this little person needs you. You're the person with the voice they recognize. You're the person whose heartbeat they know so well. And in fact, I highly recommend doing as much of what they call attachment style parenting as you can. I didn't know the name of this concept until quite a way into having naturally done it myself. I just wanted my little daughter, when I became a new mum, as close to me as possible, constantly. And in fact, that's what I did. I did what people refer to these days as baby wearing, and there are various different slings and carriers that you can get. And I did this literally for a year. I didn't use a pram, actually. And people always commented on how good my baby was and how she never cried, and she also never had a dummy, she never had a bottle, and she was always close to her needs. So baby wearing is as close as we can get to emulating what it's like to be in the womb. This little baby is able to be with you as much as possible. And I did everything with her, from going to the toilet to showering to cooking, shopping. The only thing I didn't do was working, and I would have if I could have, but the type of work that I was doing did not allow it. But she used to come with me, and if I did go in, which I didn't work much, but I had a business to keep running, she would come with my husband or my mum, and I would go in for an hour or two, depending on her age, and do a bit of work, and she slept outside, and then I'd feed her in between. And I'd only work for a couple of hours at a time, and even sometimes a couple of hours on a day. So I was actually able to do this, but it obviously takes very good support, which some people just don't have. I would recommend, though, while attachment parenting, is tough and does take a lot of time and energy, and sometimes you just feel like, oh, I can't do it anymore, it's so important to do it as much as you can. I think this has a massive impact on a baby's well-being, safety and security. And it's not until a baby reaches about 18 months or 2 years where you really see the benefits of attachment style parenting. Babies become so confident, so resilient, and so secure, which is what we all want for our children, because this gives them the best start in life. So this concept of the fourth trimester is immensely important. Keep your babies close to you, as close as possible, and if not to you, there are plenty of other people that would love to hold your baby, your partner, which sometimes In those early days and weeks, you don't even want anyone to touch your little baby. You're so excited to have them. But obviously partner, mums, dads, aunties, uncles, friends. In some areas, they're also older women or, you know, other people in the community that are actually willing to come over and hold your baby for a few hours while you have a shower, clean your house, do whatever you need to do. So don't feel alone in all of this. It is quite possible to have, you know, maintain that safety and security, that loving relationship with your child, even in Western modern society where we are more isolated and we're not living in communities. So give it a go. Just do it as much as you can, and you will reap the benefits.